I built a custom voice AI creator using Go HighLevel, Make.com, a voice AI service called VoicePilot, and of course, ChatGPT. And finally, we use a text AI service called Closebot in case people don't answer that phone call. So really on this screen, you can see the survey where anyone can submit the survey with their name, a website, the industry that they serve, and the business owner's phone number. And right here in Make.com, you can see what happens when someone submits that survey. It sends a webhook, it gets caught here, and then the first step, it's going to actually scrape and read that entire website. Then 4 of my custom ChatGPT prompts happen before it sends that custom voice AI prompt back into Go HighLevel. Once it's back inside of HighLevel, it's actually going to start this automation right here. And as you can see, the trigger is whenever this custom field gets updated, these things are going to start happening. Number 1, we actually have an SMS for a double opt-in flow. This is really important so no one can abuse the service and try to pull a prank or do something stupid. And that's really important because you do not want to get fined or sued. Those FCC fines are no joke. But basically, if someone does not respond to that text message with a positive reply, then it's just going to do nothing and not initiate that voice AI call. But if they do initiate that call, I'm going to show it to you here in a little bit, a little more in depth, but it's going to make a call out to the dashboard of VoicePilot. And we can actually show you some of the custom agents and voices that exist. As you can see here, there are a lot of different voices inside of VoicePilot and a lot of different ways you can handle that flow. But ours is actually going to go for a live transfer. However, calendar bookings are really popular as well. Now, a couple things to mention. Number 1 is if you're not a part of No Code Architects on school.com, it's a community by Stephen Pope, and there's some really awesome stuff there. They actually helped me get unstuck when I was building this automation. And the second thing to keep in mind is that if you submit a website on this that doesn't really have a lot of information, it's not going to make the best GPT possible. But if there's any decent amount of information, the AI is definitely going to make a solid prompt. Now, basically right here in Make.com, when the webhook is sent out of HighLevel from that survey, it's going to take all of that contact's information. And we're using a tool called Gina AI Reader because it makes it really easy to return the information on a website so that the AI, the ChatGPT steps, can actually read it. And on that first step in ChatGPT, I'm acting it to really create a comprehensive article based on the subject matter on the website. And in the following step, it's actually going to go ahead and look at all of that stuff in the outline. And it basically says, act as if you are a master voice AI engineer and you have proficiency in designing extremely high converting voice AI bots for different businesses. Basically inside of this, and I'm going to post a scenario in case you want to try this yourself, I put inside a previous voice AI prompt that I put together that was performing really well for the real estate investing business. And what's really important with these voice AIs is that just like anything, you have to have a good prompt and good flow. And it's basically modeling the custom voice AI off of this really extensive prompt that I built out manually. Then in the third step, it's basically refining that automation even further because it's important to try and make sure that the prompt going back into HighLevel is as strong as possible. So we've actually given it an entire AI script prompt engineering guide based off of a lot of the stuff that I've messed with, along with the documentation inside of VoicePilot. And right here, you can see the final ChatGPT step. And it's really important, again, because we messed around with it a lot. And we wanted to make sure that the last prompt was really strong. But in the final step, we actually added some more stuff as well, because the whole goal of this actual voice AI is to get live transfers and appointments. Because if you think about this from a sales mechanism standpoint, having someone get a custom voice AI calling them within a few minutes of them hitting a survey submission is really cool, almost magical feeling. So we added some more prompting at the end where it says, remember you're first going to be the voice AI described above, but this is actually a demo/simulation call that was made automatically by scraping their website. Once the entire demo/simulation is done, tell the caller this is the end of their custom voice AI simulation, and they can discuss with one of our human agents immediately. And the way that this triggers, we're going to explain a little bit, but it has to say a specific phrase, and that's what's going to trigger a live transfer to any phone number that you put inside of the HighLevel automation. But let's go ahead and look at this all the way through with a first, and I'm just going to pull up some random restaurant near me. So right here, you can see a restaurant that's locally owned, and this is their main website URL. And it has enough information for the AI to scrape it and actually make a custom voice AI. So I'm just going to copy this and I'm going to go over to my landing page that I kind of put together really quickly. I'm going to go ahead and enter that business owner website and my own phone number. I'm just going to check this box so that we're federally compliant, even though I'm just calling myself. And then I'm going to hit submit. Now, as you can see, it's already caught the webhook. It's already read the URL. And I really wanted this to be pretty fast. So I use specific models, really 4.0 in most of these steps, because it's their fastest and best overall model by far. And you can see in real time, this is going pretty quickly and it just keeps on going. And on the final step, it's actually going to update the contact inside of HighLevel. Now that it's done, it's updated that contact inside of HighLevel. And as you can see on my phone recording here, it did send me a SMS opt-in. And it basically says, "Hi, Vihung Nair, we received your request for a customized voice AI call tailored to your business. Before we can initiate your call, please confirm your identity and to consent to receiving an automated artificial intelligence phone call from our human-like agents. Simply reply yes if you requested this AI call and want the call to be made to you at this number." Now, if you'll notice right here in the execution logs, it's waiting on this step, but it's only going to wait 5 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and type in yes, and it should start calling me pretty quickly. And again, this is a really important step because you don't want to have anybody abusing it and risk any trouble. So as you can see on my phone, it is now calling me. I'm going to go ahead and answer. Hello.
Hi, this is Jamie from Paper Mill Place. How can I help you today?
Hey, Jamie. Yeah, I was just on your website. I was curious what kind of food you guys serve.
Absolutely. We offer a delightful big breakfast that includes 2 eggs, your choice of 2 pancakes or 2 biscuits topped with sausage or chipped beef gravy, and home fries. For lunch, our grilled low-carb delight and ribeye steak quesadilla are customer favorites. We also have daily specials and new additions regularly. What type of food are you in the mood for today?
I don't know. The quesadilla sounds pretty good.
The ribeye steak quesadilla is definitely a popular choice. If you're interested in trying it out, we'd love to have you visit us.
Sure.
We're located at 2214 Paper Mill Road, Winchester.
Sure.
Please visit us or give us a call at 546-667-1136 for any more details. Have a great day, and we look forward to serving you soon at Paper Mill Place.
Can I talk to someone?
I will transfer your call now.
Wow. So there you can kind of see it on my phone there. It's actually live transferred the call. Hello? And obviously no one's going to answer. I'm just basically talking to myself. Pretty cool. When I'm testing these, I definitely turn the conversation speed up because the service does charge by the minute. However, you can see right here, all of our custom values are basically what puts the voice AI together through webhooks. And there are some different settings in here that you can change, and conversation speed is definitely one of them. I should probably add in some more rules on the prompting so that it doesn't say the phone number all weird like it said it just now. But right here, you can see that it's an action trigger that's phrase based. So you can actually change whatever you want. I will transfer your call now to. And there's actually other ways to use this too, in that you can also add tags based off of what happens in the conversation or what is actually said in the conversation. So I'm actually going to change the conversation speed here to 1.1. And right up here, you can actually see the exact place where you change out the voices. And this is one of the lists of different voices that comes when you have VoicePilot. You've got like Danny Denoise, Jennifer, Michael. They even have multilingual voices now as well. And you can see inside of the dashboard that you can actually listen to them pretty easily, at least preview them.
Henry, I'm here to assist you with any questions you have with a friendly and approachable tone to make our conversations both informative and enjoyable.
And right here, you can see the conversation speed stuff. So you can really customize these however you want. And you're actually able to get your own cloned voice out of the system, which is pretty cool. And other little settings here that are really important to mention are kind of the calendar booking stuff, where you can actually sync this with your HighLevel calendar and a lot of other calendars, honestly. They've got pre-made prompts for all kinds of different mortgage industry, real estate qualifying, inbound calls. And that's a really important point because I built an automation for an outbound voice agent, but you can also do inbound agents. And right here inside of my Notion, you can see a lot of the different ones that I've made. We did one for a car dealership locally where it actually checks out people's information on cars they want to trade in. There's webinar signups where we try to get the show up rate higher on webinars, different leads for real estate and car dealerships, all kinds of stuff. Really, sky is the limit. Probably one of the funnier ones that I was thinking of doing is called Brittany, the AI persona for adult AI calling. I think you can kind of figure out what I mean by that, but it utilizes flirtatious, witty language to engage users and asks open-ended questions to discover their interests. I was actually going to build this and have it actually text them using some of the automations that you can do inside of it to have them refill a certain amount of minutes, kind of like those old businesses that, I don't know, I used to see in the 90s about how hot, sexy girls are single and they want to talk to you. And it was actually real humans back then. Now you can actually do all that with AI. And if you end up building that, I would definitely suggest Chelsea or Valerie. But right here, you can see the call logs and recordings.
Hi, this is Jamie from Paper Mill Place. How can I help you today?
And as you can see, it actually has an entire transcript from that conversation. And that basically updates a custom field inside of the contact. And it changes. And once that transcript changes, it's actually going to wait a minute and it'll actually send a text to any number that you want that gives it a review and just a summary of the entire conversation. And it can also send you an SMS with that entire response, which is pretty cool. And we've got entire automations built out so that if they don't answer the first call, it'll call them back even after 1 day, 1 minute, a few days. And it can just kind of loop and repeat itself until that person opts out. Over here is another one that I built out that's actually called Sage. And Sage is an onboarding bot. So in my agency, when we onboard real estate agents, it actually calls them and starts asking them a bunch of questions. And based off of the answers to those questions, when the transcript level field changes, it's going to create a custom GPT, custom marketing plan, and some other stuff, just so from the agency perspective, we can streamline getting their accounts, their marketing campaigns going. Now, something else I want to build out with you guys is actually a text AI, because let's say someone submits that survey and our custom voice AI calls them. Either they don't get an answer or the conversation wasn't that good, or you just want to get user feedback to see how the conversations with the voice AIs are going without having to listen to all of them. And also, honestly, to book some appointments with these people in case they're interested in buying the voice AI services. We're going to go ahead and make a text AI bot. And my favorite tool for this by far is Closebot. So right here, you can actually see one of the bots that I've built. I'm on the agency level, so I've got a lot of bots in here. But let's go ahead and start by cloning this one. And we just hit duplicate bot. And now you can see right here, I've got a brand new bot. And we're going to call it Voice AI Follow-Up. And we're also going to give this one a name. And we're just going to call this Auto. Now, the first setting is the response delay, because sometimes you want to put in a delay. Honestly, most of the time I like to put in a delay. But since we're an AI service anyway, we might as well just set it to 10 seconds. And there's some other settings like stop for upset lead, meaning if they get aggressive, it can just stop entirely. I don't really care. We're just going to flip that off. Then there's some others that we're going to explain when we actually build the bot. But you can see here that there's some different models that you can use. And it's about 3 cents a message, which is pretty awesome. Now, this setting right here lets you set how many times the AI has typos, which 21% means it's going to intentionally misspell stuff every so often to sound more human-like. But for this one, we don't actually want that. Other use cases, it makes sense. Like if you have a bot that's supposed to sound like a human, but we don't care. This is an AI bot. It should be perfect. Then if it needs to send larger messages, you can kind of have it break it up into multiple text messages. Then you can just put a ban list of words that are not allowed. Finally, on the integrate section, you can see that it's super easy to connect Go HighLevel snapshots. You basically just hit connect and then select the snapshot that you're connecting. And you can also use Anthropic, which is super cool because I do like Anthropic. Not so much Opus for when it comes to Closebot, but probably would use their Sonnet model here. And they've got some cool stuff coming soon as well. So I'm going to go ahead and hit connect. And as you can see, it pulls up my HighLevel account. And I'm just going to type in the location. Boom. And that's kind of it. It just connects. And you can see I kind of messed up. Be careful because you want to make sure you're doing the right changes and you're inside of the right bot. And every bot has its own bot number. So I went ahead and added those changes back that we made. But just a word of warning, you want to be careful here before you integrate and always hit save. So you can see that we're connected and it's actually got my location ID and they have an entire snapshot, but I already have that snapshot loaded in. So I'm not going to do that again. But if you were to click this link, it would import it into your HighLevel account. Now it can automatically add tags inside of HighLevel, which is super powerful. And we definitely want to leave conversations as unread, at least for my preferences here. Now in the main section, the first thing you can do is change the voice of the bot. And it's got some pre-made stuff. I like unprofessional and friendly. I know that sounds weird when it says unprofessional, but basically it just doesn't sound too robotic. Now, right here, you can see why the conversation is happening. And they've got two layouts, actually, I should mention. You can do the old school one where it's just a whole general prompt. And it's got different sections like summary, about your company, coming up with your response, etc., etc. I do like the improved layout, and they've really limited the characters so that the bot is as strong as possible. You really don't want to use too much prompting, but you'll notice it says @rep_name. So these are actually custom values inside of HighLevel, custom fields, custom values are connected to Closebot. Super awesome, and we're going to get into why here very shortly. Now, I like to be efficient, and I'm also lazy, so I'm actually going to fill this out using AI. And what you see here on the right side of my screen is called HARPA AI. And this is one of my favorite tools, probably one of the best kept secrets of the internet. I'll do a whole video on that, but essentially, HARPA AI lets you be on a page or even a YouTube video, and it's page aware, and you can connect different models. Like I have Gemini, I've got custom GPTs hooked up to it, 3.5. They've got even cloud-based GPTs that are fast. See, I've got Claude 3 Opus. And of course, you can connect your custom API keys, even use OpenRouter and stuff like that. But let me demonstrate this. I'm just going to type in my prompt as though I'm in ChatGPT, because technically I am. I'm on 4.0. Now you can see I said, hey, I need you to fill out the sections below, which are the same sections that we're using to create the text bot, actually, not a voice bot here. This is the text bot. And it's got character limits on each. So I'm just going to tell the bot now, I'm going to tell ChatGPT what each section means. Section 1 means, so basically right here is I just kind of typed some stuff out, and I told it the character limits, like I said, but it's also going to give it a general idea what they need to write in sections 1, 2, and 3, which I've kind of assigned the values to correlate with what's going on. So let's see what it comes up with. So it didn't do a perfect job on the first one, but it's only because of my own prompting there. But I think that should still work decently well. And what's nice is Closebot has some decent stuff in there. So we're just basically going to add a little bit to it. I'm going to make some minor adjustments. All right, so we got this done, and I'm going to make sure I hit save this time. Now, this is the fun part, because you can actually set different objectives to happen on that call. So the first priority, we're just going to click that box, and we're going to say, ask if, actually, we want to confirm their name, confirm the users, confirm you have the right person. See if they are lead name, and also ask if they received their voice, actually, and introduce yourself. And from here, you can actually auto update custom fields. I'm not going to build it out for this, but you can see that this is synced to my HighLevel. So you can actually have it check off these boxes. And there's two kinds of things you can do, which is gather info or give info. And you can set how many times it tries to check off that objective, and you can set the sensitivity. Down here, you can do some more really just training on the bot, but I'm just going to go ahead and leave it blank. So I'm going to delete all this stuff. You can basically score the responses, and that's going to help you get some better data, some better conversations going. But it works just fine without it if you know what you're doing. So the second priority after it does that is basically ask them how the voice AI was and if they could rate it. So ask them to rate the call, see if they received the 2-factor SMS, and if the call went all right. And again, we could auto update it, yes or no, they received the call, but there's other ways to do that too. And we're just going to kind of fly through this to keep this video a little bit shorter. And we're going to at least try to do that 2 times. So 2 max attempts and on to the next one. And again, hit save every so often. Boom. Now we can actually get motivation. See if they, actually interest makes more sense here. So we're going to say interest. See if they are interested in getting custom AI installations for their business while asking what kind of business they're in. Awesome. So we're going to hit save there. And instead of the openness to appointment part, we're going to add one more step. And then this one, added 2 on accident. So we're just going to get rid of that. And on this one, we're actually going to give some info. So basically, we're going to say, based on their last reply on their business type, give them a short and concise idea of how AI can help in their business. Pretty cool. And you can see there's an extra prompt. And there's some cool stuff you can do here, but that's for some more advanced stuff in Closebot. We're just going to keep it moving. Then on the last step, Openness is setting up with a phone appointment. We want to ask if they're open to speaking briefly on the phone about if we could help them with their AI infrastructure needs. Then right here, if they're interested in sharing and chatting, share the link. And from right here, we can actually go ahead and put in a calendar link, or we could send them back to another voice AI call. What's really cool is if you had a field in automation, you can actually trigger a different voice AI to call them based off what they say in this answer. Pretty cool. And again, we're going to get rid of all the extra training and we're going to save this bot. Now, what's cool about Closebot is you can actually test this out. But before we test it out, the ultimate training for a bot, right? You can actually upload an entire knowledge storage. So now that I've saved it, you can see some of the ones that I've done in the past about my media buying agency, about some real estate scripting help. And I'm going to show you exactly what this looks like. So over here in the knowledge storage panel, you can actually upload something. You can give somebody a website, or you can do a text input. And just for the sake of keeping this fast, even though text input is the best, I'm just going to give it my website so it can train on that data. AI Omni Agent LP website. In advanced settings, you can kind of set token counts and stuff like that, but I'm going to leave it as default like I always have, and it hasn't really disappointed. So from here, I can hit load, and it's going to start scraping that website and uploading its own little knowledge storage base based off what it sees on the site. This is going to give it my pricing info, phone number, all kinds of stuff. And now that that's on there, it should be processing pretty quickly. I'm going to go back here and find my Voice AI custom Closebot and go back to the knowledge section, and I'm going to select the AI Omni Agent LP website. That knowledge base is now stored right there. Now, I should definitely do some more to make this bot as close to amazing as possible. Let's go ahead and test it out. And right here in the test your bot section, it's going to load up a simulation. I'm going to reset it so it's not looking at my other stuff. And from here, again, you can set the model that it's going to test on. Hey, and right here, you can say it's basically just a chat. It's not going to be able to book appointments, as you can see. But it's going to give us a way to quickly stress test this bot and make sure it's doing the right stuff. So right here, you can say, hey there, just checking in. Is this VHang I'm chatting with? By the way, I'm Otto. How does your voice AI call go? See, it followed objective number 1, and I'm just going to respond pretty good. Now remember, there's like an 8-second delay there that we programmed in, but it fired back pretty fast. I think we'll hash within 8 seconds. And now it's going to say, hey, awesome to hear that. Did the SMS with the 2-factor code come through okay for you? Yep, it sure did. Great, glad to hear everything went smoothly. So what kind of business are you in, VHang? We're curious to know if you might be interested in custom AI installations to help streamline your operations. I sell real estate. That's probably a pretty big common niche. I would know. I'd specialize that as an agency for years. So let's see what it comes up with. Because right here, it's supposed to come up with kind of an example. That's fantastic. AI can really change the game in real estate. Imagine AI-powered tools for 24/7 customer service, automated follow-ups, and even smart matching of listings to buyer preferences. Wow, that's good. It can save you a ton of time and help you close deals faster. I want to explore how this could work for you, and let's see what it does here. Can you give me some more examples? And is this voice AI or text AI that you're selling? So let's see how good this bot is. And this is really where you refine the bot. That, and I'm done a few of these, so I'm pretty good at making these on the fly. And there it is. It knows my business, right? If you guys look at this website, it has literally read all of the text here, and it knows that we do voice and text and automated follow-ups. It actually used that in the past one and all kinds of stuff right there. Wow, look at that. We offer both voice AI and text AI. For real estate, voice AI can handle calls, qualify leads, and even book viewings, aka showings. Text AI can automate SMS and email follow-ups, answer FAQs, and nurture leads. Now that is cool. Would you be open to a brief phone chat to explore how these could fit into your business? If so, you can schedule a call with us at theomniagent.com/schedule. And let's say no thanks and see what happens there. And there it goes. No worries. If you ever change your mind or have any questions about AI in real estate, feel free to reach out. Have a great day. So if we had put max attempts 2, 3, 4, or 5, it would have kept trying right there, but that's just not how I programmed the bot. As you can see, we did a pretty good job on the fly. There's definitely some stuff you can refine there, but it's fast, it's powerful, and that's about how fast you'll see it in the CRM. So let's go ahead and install this bot and connect it to that voice AI flow right now. So right here, you can see a lot of the stuff that comes when you add in Closebot. Now, some of these, like this one and this one, I added in separately for a custom Closebot solution that I was kind of testing with. You can see right here, did not answer VoicePilot and some other stuff, but let me go ahead and show you how this works. And I'm really going to give you the high level overview because this isn't exactly a simple snapshot that I already have. By the way, a snapshot is basically a Go High Level sub account. But right here, you can see in step 2 process message, I can actually hook up multiple different bots inside of Closebot. So here's one of my for sale by owner bots. Here's a showing bot. And here's another FSBO bot. Now, the two different for sale by owner bots, I can explain in a different video, but they're doing very different things for different companies and different storage, different training on the entire Closebot backend. Well, let's say I wanted to add in the voice AI stuff right now. What I'm going to do is select this and say copy all actions from here. I'm going to paste it right there. And on the condition side, I'm going to go ahead and change this. Now you can see what I'm doing. I basically named it the VoicePilot QC bot. And it's saying that as long as the business owner voice AI prompt field is not empty, it can go ahead and start talking to the user. And what that basically means is if that voice AI doesn't actually call them or they don't answer, the Closebot's just not going to start. Now, the next step is I need to actually program this the right way because as you can tell, because all I did was copy it from over here. Now I need to customize it. So by customizing it, I'm basically sending this information back to Closebot and I need to give it the bot number. And since our new bot number is 13285, I need to go ahead and put that number in so that it knows which bot to call on. And since I don't need to give them this booking link or anything, I didn't use that in this bot. I can just get rid of those fields basically. And that's what I'm going to do. So now all I got to do is hit save. And now I'm actually going to pull in that exact contact that I had tested the bot on and try to get a conversation going. And here we go. I accidentally hit hey from the CRM, but this is actually supposed to be the Closebot side. So right here, hey, I like your voice AI. That's a message that I sent from my phone after realizing that. And pretty much instantly, within 8 seconds, 10 seconds, it said, hey there, glad to hear you enjoyed the voice AI. Just to make sure, am I speaking with VHang? And you can see it's doing everything that we programmed. So I'm going to respond to it and say it was good, but it talked too fast. And you should be able to see that pop up pretty much instantly. Now let's see how fast it responds in real time. And in 3, 2, 1, there it is. Thanks for sharing that. We can definitely adjust the speaking speed to make it more comfortable for you. By the way, did you receive the 2-factor authentication SMS all right? And was the call itself smooth otherwise? Pretty cool, right, guys? Yeah, it was awesome. And there it goes. That's great to hear. Since you're exploring AI solutions, may I ask what kind of business you're in? We offer custom AI installations that might be a perfect fit for enhancing your operations. Now, something to note here is that this is not the exact verbiage that happened on the knowledge storage bot. So you can see why these custom bots are pretty intense and pretty powerful, right? It's responding pretty much immediately. And this is a great way for us to actually book appointments. If the voice AI works and the text works, I mean, we just have a great mechanism right here. Now, one other thing I want to mention is you can see that we're actually initiating another workflow, which is basically, hey, if they don't respond, go ahead and follow up in another day. And you can see right here, I'm actually in the wait step here, this contact, which is me. And if I were not to respond on my phone, then it's actually going to generate another follow-up after a day. But let's say I wanted to do more than just one follow-up, right? I can actually set it up to follow up in a certain cadence. So maybe we'll just follow up after the first day. If they don't answer, we'll wait 3 more days, and so on and so forth. But that's it for this video. Pretty awesome little build we just did. And if you're interested in doing more cool stuff like this, I highly recommend you join the No Code Architects community. That's school.com/no-code-architects. There's some really awesome stuff going on. And if you're learning about this stuff or you're more advanced, doesn't really matter. You're going to find some awesome tools, awesome resources in here. It is a paid community, but guarantee you it's probably the best one you'll ever find. That's it for this video. Feel free to comment below if you have any feedback on what I should build next. See you in the next one.